I like this tripod on my camera. I've got the tripod on top of the TV cabinet so you can see this. And generally these things pull down on a spring-loaded goodie. And so I'm just going to kind of be careful with it. Back and forth like that. Oh, you know what? I should turn the light off because I still have it on from the other side. I don't like to work on these when the light switch is on, okay? So I'm going to turn that off. And in fact, I'm going to keep the camera going. Okay, I've got it off. And I can tell it was off because the other light was on this same one. Okay? All right. Now I can gently pull that down. Because you got to be careful because there's little prongs on there. Every can light fixture is slightly different, but generally they'll have some sort of prongs on there. And if you're not careful, if this sheetrock's cut just a little bit on the inside, you might have a tendency to want to grab that and break the sheetrock off and have the sheetrock break off further than your trim. Okay, so you got to be careful with that. Okay, now this is what you're going to see so far. And see, there's a back thing on here, and there's generally a spring on there. And I think I'm gonna try to take this whole thing off with it still plugged in, and see if I can't get it out of there. Nope, it's kind of giving me fits. We'll take this part off down below. Okay, so sure enough, it's got two prongs. So I'm going to take this and just kind of hang on to the light bulb and kind of just twist this back and forth and kind of pull. Hold your mouth just right, and it should come off of there. Okay, there. Okay, see here, sure enough, there's two little prongs on there. And we'll get this, and we'll get you re-situated down here like this. Now see, this one's got this thing on here, and it's kind of spring loaded, and so I've got there's usually a little nib on this side to keep it in, so I can't pull it in, so I have to kind of push that way just a little bit, hang on to this, push that way, and this kind of gives a little bit. Then I can get it out just beyond that little nib there. See, there, got it. And this glass is separate. See, I could take that out and wipe it off. In fact, I'll probably end up doing that. And sure enough, this one's an old style halogen, and I'm going to take it outside and see if I can't read this. Usually inside it's hard to read, but you know what, maybe you can see that. You see right there, it says 12V, 12 volt, 50W, 50 watt. So I know this is a 50 watter, okay? We're going to leave that right there. And I'm going to take these. This was the 50 watt replaceable one, replacement, and it's 7.5 watts. Remember I told you? And this is an LED. And believe it or not, this gives off just about as much light as a 50 watt halogen. This 50 watt halogen bulb, yes, you can buy those at the store. You can still buy those, and they're, I don't know, $8, $9. And you can buy these, and they're almost the same now. Maybe these cost a little bit more, but once you buy it in a 3-pack, they don't cost as much. This is only 7.5 watts as opposed to 50 watts. And these don't heat up as much as this. This heats up a lot in your light fixture, but that's okay. But these don't give off as much heat either. See how the bulb is built slightly different. It even has a glass type cover over it. This one doesn't. Now see, some halogens, I've seen some halogens they do, some other ones don't. and they got the small prongs, and I've got the same small prong one there. Okay, so this is the one we're going to replace that with. Okay, but before I do that, I'm going to take this glass out. And see this notch here? This is designed to be twisted around in here, and that will change the direction of your light. This eyeball can light fixture trim just happens to have this. Not all of them have this. Maybe you've got a smaller one with a smaller trim around it. This one happens to have that. So once you get it up there, I've got to have this directed in such a manner to where if you've got something on the wall, you might want it directed straight down or off to the right, off to the left. You can do that by just twisting this. That's pretty slick. Okay, and I want to look at these metal brackets here and make sure they're not bent out of shape. Make sure this isn't pushed out too far one way or another. If this is pushed in this way too much, the spring load is not going to hit on the trim as much. And see how this one here looks like it's off just a hair in. So I'm just going to take it and kind of bend it out a little bit. If it doesn't bend out, see how I got it bent out just a little bit now? That way when I put it back in the can, it's gonna push against the can better, tighter. I could have taken that, tweaked that up a little bit. I'm gonna look at those. That one looks pretty good. This one looks pretty good. It's pushed in just slightly, you know, so I'm just gonna kind of tweak it out a little bit. Might as well do that to this one too. Okay, so when I push that back up in there, it's going to be good. I happen to have a rag in here. Take my little glass. Sometimes those get dusty. Other times they haven't been wiped off. There might be a whole film on there. You might have thought it was something that you couldn't see through, like an opaque type glass, but you clean it and sure enough it cleans up. So it's nice and clean, okay? All right, now I can kind of fish that back in there like that. Okay, so that trim is ready to be put back up. And what I like to do is I like to put this in this little slot first so that I can get it in there. I mean, you could plug this in up to the light fixture first if you want, let this hang. Then you've got to lift this up there and kind of, you know, check it out. And sometimes you can't get up there high enough, you can't see it too well. So I like to just put it in right down here. Got my spring loaded deal. I'm going to push it in. At first it doesn't look like it could fit, but now see, it went right in, but that's not where it needs to go, because see how it could pop back out? That's because there's a little nib right there. Okay, when you're right there, you got to kind of lift this side up a little bit and push back and get it right in there. Oh man, that one's tight too. I got to lift it up higher. Boy. Ooh. I'm kind of struggling with this one. What's the deal here? Okay, come on. Joe, you can do it. Come on. I'm gonna have to lift up on this. Boy, it's like not wanting to go all the way. What's the deal, Dealio? Boy. Okay, what's going on here? This might have to be bent out a little bit or something. Oh, it looks straight. Okay, let's try it again. Boy, that shouldn't be that hard. I know it'll fit because I got the other one in it. Oh, I almost had it. I wonder if maybe that nib got bent out just a little bit too far. Might have to take a pair of pliers and push that in just a hair. This might be just slightly bigger, apparently, right? Come on. There. Whew. I got it. Okay, you can see the little black nib. See right there? Have to get back there. Now, see, I can hold on to it. That would be tricky to put this into the light fixture first, because I don't think I would have been able to do it. Okay, I got it in there. And see, this can even twist. So even when you get it up there, you can angle that direction further if you want, depending on how you want your light. Usually I keep it just straight, you know, but you could twist it depending on how you want your light to shine on the wall. And see, later I can reach down, I can reach in here and push it with my fingers. Push it with my fingers either direction. Okay, like that. Okay, now we're ready to put that back up. See there? You can be an average Joe just like me. You don't have to know a whole lot of stuff in order to start fixing some things around the house. Why call an electrician for something like this? He's going to charge you $75 to $95 just for a service call to come out to your house. Then he's going to charge you probably $15 for this. Then he's going to charge you overhead and profit of 10 to 20%, 15 to 20%. And when it's all said and done, it might have cost you $125 to replace one bulb. Are you kidding me? Start having a little more confidence in yourself, knowing that some of these projects you can do. That's why I'm going in detail with this, just to kind of let you know that there's no tricks here. And if you got any questions, hopefully I'm answering all of your questions, okay? So now we're gonna get ready to put that back up. All right. Good Lord, look at that big tall ladder I got. It's an 8-foot ladder, and I almost could reach that off of a little stool, a step ladder that was like three steps. And I thought, no, better be safe than sorry. So I got my big tall ladder, and I'm gonna do it that way. Make sure you work safely and smart, okay? Take care of yourself.